Hello everyone, no respawns, hope you're doing well, having a fantastic week. I think it's still Tuesday for me. Anyway, so I'm going to be building at Sunshine Tidings Co-op, and as kind of per tradition recently, I went searching for an interesting mod to kind of give the somewhat a bit more of a unique look, and also kind of gives me some more interesting tools to work with. So in my sleuthing, I went to look for some more junk walls, because it always is the core of my settlement, and I stumbled across a mod by Devil Dog D-Dog, dog with a W, because of course, called Junk Wall Collection for the PS4. Now, I did do an actual full search on Bethesda.net, and this isn't available on PC and Xbox, unfortunately, though I did get a little bit jelly about the kind of mods that are, so this will be for PS4 only, just as a kind of an FYI. But the cool thing is, you could probably recreate some of the things here on Xbox and PC, but I didn't, the fact that you obviously have a little bit more control over the assets. Anyway, let's have a gander, shall we? So what I've gone and done is it's kind of gets plopped straight in your main menu, so it isn't kind of conflicting with USO integrated, but I did disable, as I do quite often when I do this now, I disabled all of my other mods that use up these menus so I can show you them kind of uninterrupted, so you don't get confused. Now, it comes with stuff in the wood, metal, and the junk, fences, and walls tab. This is where the cool stuff is, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly go for the dullish stuff first, but then we'll actually get to the good stuff, so it's just generally quite a variation. So in the wood walls section, now let's get to those bits in a second, but you've got these actual kind of window bits, which will have their use, but obviously aren't really individually quite exciting. But for example, the good thing is, you may notice they've actually got, well, I think that is, it's kind of glass. It is glass, but it's kind of hard to see. But basically, you can actually have glass little windows, which is quite grand. And the same here, if you're actually so desired. These all have kind of use, but I just don't have an immediate use for them yet. But what they have are these Shackle Awnings, which are, this seems somewhat odd, but little things like this are incredibly useful for adding a bit more character to your builds, because it seems weird, but we don't actually have awnings at all. Now, they are obviously a bit difficult to place, but I'm almost certain, for example, what I could do is pop into USO, and I'm pretty sure I can just pillar glitch them straight in, which we will do now. Let's just see. So yeah. So they're pretty easy to kind of just plop in, this is one of those kind of useful little things. Kind of adds a nice little awning to your buildings. And actually, I don't know why Bethesda haven't given us awnings. Well, you know, it's Bethesda, isn't it? They probably just couldn't be asked. So they've got them in the wood, and then they've got the metal versions of these as well. So actually, some of these walls are a little bit nicer, actually. Corrugated steel makes my eyes water a little bit, and there's a little bit of texture glitching there. The good stuff is the junk walls, just for the record. There's none in that one. So basically, if you're so interested, you can actually have junk walls with glass. But the cool thing in this section is the fact that we actually have awnings, which are just going to come in use for kind of adding a bit more texture. But right now, the walls are cool. Very, very cool. So we've got quite a lot of stuff. Basically, it's slightly re-edited versions of what we've already had before, and just custom built bits and pieces. So for you, if you want to do lots of really quick stuff, this is the mod for you. I especially like these, as you actually have added walkways. So for example, if I bring this down here, I'll just sink it into the ground so you can have a quick gander. We've actually got walkways. Now I've done these myself before, so this uses just your standard floor pieces, but I've done these myself before, and it is really, really tricky to do, because it's getting the heights right and everything like that. But that's quite cool if you want quick. And the good thing is, because obviously these are already kind of standard, and they have different styles as well, these will be quite easy for you to kind of link together. Probably a bit easier for somewhere which has the walls at the same height, because obviously if these go off at different heights, they're going to look a little bit weird. I've done that for Ten Pines Bluff. My build has kind of walkways going around that's outside, so it is to bear in mind. However, it is just very, very cool. As you can see, they have different styles of them. What's very cool are these bits and pieces, so let's just get rid of that, because we don't need you right now. We've actually got these little kind of guard post perch. These are great for kind of standalone. Like, I might actually put these, I've got my little survival sanctuary build, actually. I might just plop these in, because they use bits that we don't have, like these actual mesh pieces there. A nice, decent looking staircase that doesn't look a bit overbearing, which is quite cool. And it's incredibly well built. Obviously, in his wall pieces, he did have some clipping textures. But looking at it, I don't see... Let's get it in the light, actually. No, see, there are no flashing textures or anything like that. So the actual mod itself, very, very cool. And then, obviously, there are variations on the various bits and pieces, which are quite lax. So you can just have these. This is the kind of thing, I'm probably going to use these parts quite a lot, because it's basically quite simple. It's just a nice, quick and easy little guard post. You can put a guard mat there, because obviously you can't actually assign a guard to these, but just put one of the invisible guard mats from the USO mod, or whatever kind of defense mod that you have, and you can pretty much just have some peoples poking over the top. So I quite like that quite a lot, and that one doesn't work. I don't like that one, mate, I'll be honest, but the rest, pretty grand. Or that one. But then we've got some more wall pieces. I actually thought this was a gate for a while, but it isn't. So you can see, it's just... Hello, Codsworth. Lots more junk walls. Oh, this big one here. I thought that was a little one. Oh, wait. There we go. That one's a bit of a crafty one to place. Get down, you twat. I don't know why that was being a dick. I can't place this one. You can place it, but I think it's just a bit of a knob. Anyway, we won't place that one. But you can. You saw it go green. It's just getting in the right line. There's the ground's so uneven. Then you've got quite useful, which is just longer walls. For example, you've got more of these ones if you want to mix them together, but they are a pain in the arse to place. If you're just in Starlight Driving and want to quickly wall off the area, you've got these as well, to doing longer pieces, which is actually quite good. I like the fact they've made a set. They've actually had the sense to actually mix up the textures, so it's not just the same thing kind of continuously going on, which is quite grand. So there's kind of some forethought. Same with this one. It's probably the worst place to demonstrate these. You're gonna have a bit of trouble, as I'm having now, with getting them on. Actually on the uneven ground, but you'll probably have no trouble in a slightly flatter area. Junk walls as well. And then they've got different... Oh, I can't even see that. Oh, wait, there it is. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh, wait, no, it is. Oh, I like that. That's cool. I like my junk walls because it just kind of gives me more options to kind of merge. Like, you're merging this with Aslam's junk wall mod, for example, you're pretty much good to go. Then you've got these big concrete barrel things. And then one of the... That is actually, I believe, the pier piece. It's quite cool. An even bigger one, if you're so inclined. And then you've got these slightly tidier ones that still look reinforced. Let's go sign it to the sun. Texture's a bit crisp, but maybe if you mix that in with some slightly trashier bits, you'd be good to go. Oh, this is interesting. You've got slightly angled bits. This is also, incidentally, this is the settlement where I've sent a load of my robots, and I had no idea. So I've got my automatron robots. I've been trying to find those for freaking weeks. I had no idea I sent them. These are quite good. There's some interesting bits in it. The mods, seems to be, basically, the mod was uploaded in June, and it's been updated. Last one was yesterday. So basically, by the looks of it, they're adding... Yeah, they just keep adding new and new stuff to it, which is pretty grand. Then you've got some fences, and then you've got more of these concrete pillar bits, which is quite cool. All of this stuff basically is more tools for your toolkit, especially on PS4 where we don't really have many options. It's nice to have some quite cool stuff. I think my biggest fave are actually the awnings though, and definitely these little guard posts, because quite simply put, like all of this stuff I can, well, a lot of it, the exception of like the stuff that uses text I don't have, I can make myself. But these are incredibly tight, incredibly nice. I'm actually going to use this one in my survival. There we go. I'm going to use this one, add a few more little guard posts to my little survival shack sanctuary area. So yeah, I hope you guys kind of like this mod. I highly recommend downloading it. So it's been available for a few months. It's got 5-star rating already, but definitely give it a nice little 5-star rating. If you like it, we'll link in for the mod will be in the description below. Those of you on PC and Xbox, I am sorry that there isn't an Xbox or PC version, but let's be honest, you have more shit. I'm looking for it. There are 90-something junk wall mods, and a little jelly of the stuff that you have available. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. Next video, if I gathered already, will be me actually at Sunshine Tidings Co-op. I'm going to go for, not very original, but slightly kind of a hippie vibe, so it should look quite cool. A lot of trailers, I think, might be a look It's going to be basically taking the already kind of beatnik, free the robots, share the love kind of vibe, and kind of running with it. So there are going to be lots of robots here. It's going to be good fun. But until then, you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll have a new video soon. You guys take care.